Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War Campaign 5, Week 1, Day 3. So today, of course, we got ourselves the Ghulvania pet, the little bat that we've had for quite some time. But we can still end up getting more copies of it and get it max. If you haven't already, probably still claim it just for the free pet food if nothing else, even though our stack is still doing pretty good of that. But aside from that, going to mostly just be poking at the World Law event. We're not going to be able to get the rest of it done yet, but we can make a little bit more progress on it, if nothing else. And then we should be able to go get some token farming. Also, they finally did do the big patch for Puzzle Quest 3 last night. That was pretty insane. I wish Gems of War would get patches that big, though quite a few controversial things within the patch, but we'll see how it pans out. Anyways, so first things first, let's go do the pet. Let's get the pet out of the way. So of course it's still available for the next 7 hours, this Ghulvania bonus. If you haven't already gotten it, we'll just be claiming it for the extra pet food, if nothing else. Hello Imperial, hello Hong, hello Draco, hello Tyrion, hello Cookie, hello John, hello Neo Wolf, hello Isabel, hello everyone else. Welcome, 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 welcome. All of you been having a wonderful week. And of course this weekend we got the arena event. Dun dun dun. Fortunately, nothing new this weekend. Though it'll be interesting to see how Uber Doomskulls affect Arena, if nothing else. Since this would be the first Arena event with Uber Doomskulls as well as the little wolf gems. Though obviously Uber Doomskulls in that particular instance will have more of an effect. Just because an Uber Doomskull is basically auto one-shot in Arena. Not exactly one shot, but a lot of things are pretty much going to be dead if they get hit by an Uber. Hello DS! Welcome, welcome. And hello Sushi, welcome as well. Oh, so this one could be a little annoying with the armor gain on the final battle. That's definitely not the most annoying. Of course, the most annoying pet is, or, you know, the cycle pets. There's two of them. One is the Submerge one, where obviously if you're using a bunch of AoE, which you generally are, it makes it a lot slower sometimes. And the most annoying is Inferno King. That one set that has Inferno King, because sometimes he likes to revive many, many times. Because he keeps reviving into a troop that has revived, since he just revives into himself. And there is no limit to how many times it can happen, so sometimes he does it like 5 times in a row. Though luckily, it normally is not too bad. You normally see it a couple times. Only annoying thing about this set is when it starts armor gaining like crazy. You can normally kill it before that's an issue. I feel like it's more so an issue on the final battle though. Obviously because they have higher stats. I know, we got Lycanthropid. Got us. Oh no, he really got us. We're now a snake. An albino snake. Oh wait, was I thinking of a different set? Where's the Hierophant? Oh, never mind, I was thinking of a different set. There's one that has like that double Hierophant thing that does that armor gain. Really annoying. The mythic bird revived like 5 times, ouch. I honestly have not seen it revive a single time yet. That bird that gains full mana when it dies. I have never once seen it revive. Mostly because a lot of people don't set it on defend. So I haven't really had as many opportunities to see it, but even when I've used it, I've never seen it revive. Ooh, 3 copies. Too bad it's not a pet we actually need. Otherwise, that's a pretty solid amount of copies. Oh well, it'll become pet food. But anyways, while we're doing side stuff, might as well clear through these. Nothing too good, but we do have a little handful of writs, so still something. Let's clear out everything with Phoenicia. Good old Phoenicia, still a great troop to get. Not super ultra high priority, but there's a lot of quick kill stuff she does, which is rather convenient. Have they fixed the bug with it? Yes. They have fixed, at least on PC Mobile, every single bug related to it should be fixed. I believe some console versions still have some weird issues here and there with it, but as far as PC Mobile, I do believe it is fully fixed. At least I haven't seen any issues with it. Though even when it wasn't fixed, I still didn't see any issues with it. Not sure why. Hello, Grudo. Welcome. Shiny Ritz. Too bad it's only 10. They really need to buff how many this gives. I'm really surprised they never buffed it to 50 or 100. At least 50. 50 is half a deed. Currently it gives you 1/10 of a singular deed. Or 1/100th of an Imperial. Which means you'd have to find it 100 times before it's a single Imperial. Or it should be closer to like 20 or even less than that. Because 100 is the minimum you need of them before you could even do anything. It just gives you 10. So I think we have quite a few of them saved these days. I generally don't convert them until we actually need them. So I'm pretty sure we have enough to make like 10 Imperials or something right now. We go check how many Ritz we have. Somewhere's in all this mess. Yep, I was pretty much right. We have enough to make 9, not 10. Pretty much. We have over 9,000. But yeah, 9 plus 5. We got 14 deeds currently. Imperial deeds, that is. Oh yeah, what color book were we getting? Green book. I remember now. So we got purple book on season 1, right? Yellow, blue. Oh yeah, we never got season 1. We didn't get any deeds. I forgot. It was season 2 where we started getting them. Because I don't believe these deed books existed in season 1, or if they did, they didn't have it as a reward. Also, one of these seasons has a smaller amount, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, we'll eventually get the other 2 colors, red and brown. Who knows when, but hopefully it'll synergize to the color gem, if nothing else. Because they should be adding a new power gem every single season now. Though this particular one didn't match up, but that's mostly because they already did a purple. So maybe the other ones will actually match up color-wise. Not like it's too big a deal if it does or doesn't. That's nice to see the color synergy. So hello, Darf. Welcome. And thank you. Oh, so hello, Bill. Yes, you're the first one for sure. 100%. Welcome, Bill. Let's see. Yeah, the effect is going to get really annoying. At least this particular power gem. I don't feel like the rest of the power gems are going to be as annoying as this one. But yeah, you still got to deal with it for 9 weeks. And even after that, you're still going to have to deal with it. Because troops will have the effect. However, it won't be as bad because you won't see it in random battles anymore. Unless they have like a special event where they bring it back for a short duration. Probably around Halloween. And maybe some other time. Anyways, let's clear out dungeons. Then we'll go clear out world events. Probably hand out a code. And then we'll mess around with token farming. We did absurdly good last weekend. We hit 4 niches last weekend. Those are probably the only 4 niches we are getting in the next month. But hey, hopefully we'll get more. Still got a long journey on them. Let's see, thread it over. Alright, there we go. So, let's go do world event. The correct tokens would be very helpful. And we're currently using a very diverse team of just Queen Titania, pretty much. A little bit extra mana there. Oh, hello, Mr. Jesse. Hello, Eric. Welcome, welcome. We got a Valraven in there. Oh, we had a Valraven. Oh, hello, Logic Slayer. Welcome. Do you think of, what do I think of the Lycanthropy effect? Don't you think Deathmark is much better? Yes, Deathmark is much better. Lycanthropy is slightly better at disorienting the enemy team. Just because of its slightly higher chance. But the actual effect of Deathmark is, of course, substantially better than what I should have taken that one, actually. But it's substantially better than what the other effect does. But given that this has a higher chance of actually triggering, it has its value in that regard. But that's still not enough to really make it useful. Especially since it could just randomly transform. And just make them have higher stats. Which is very annoying. This battle's getting strong. Gosh, the Werebat one. No wonder why it gives you so many points. This is the second highest pointed room. The only one that's higher is Draculus. And I see why now. It keeps scaling like crazy. Oh no, don't kill it! No! I keep forgetting they do 1 billion damage. Gosh, I might need to get different hero classes so we don't die. They are hitting for the entire HP value. Oh, I took the mana I needed off the Cascade. He denies it immediately. We're not getting manas. Luckily that's enough to kill. Also, the Link Therapy effect does have a 1-turn delay as well. Similar to Deathmark. Which I hope they kind of tweak those whole 1-turn delay things. Because whenever you refresh the effect, it also refreshes the 1-turn delay where it can even kill. I am pretty sure they have not fixed that yet. Which is rather unfortunate because it makes it a lot weaker. Hello Rick, welcome! Yeah, Gems of War is a lot of fun. Very addictive game. What do we go for here? Take that for now. Still love how quick paced it is. It does that very, very well. And quite a few viable teams. Of course, there's like a really small amount of meta, but that you generally use for most stuff. But there's a lot of teams that can function very quickly, depending on what you want to run. And most different game modes do use different teams, which is nice. You're not just using the same team for literally everything. There are some things where you can, where it is efficient to do so. But generally between modes, you are switching up your team. Oh no. That should be enough to just win. We do that, do that. And it's dead. I would say the PC mobile version is the best just because it's cross-platform and has the biggest player base. But you could also play on just whatever platform you feel is most convenient. But the PC mobile version, I would say, is the main version of the game. It also makes up probably more of the player base than every other platform combined. The PC mobile. Like if you combined every console together, I'm pretty sure PC mobile has more than every console combined for player base. And each one, the console ones are separated into their own ecosystem. Currently only the PC mobile one has cross-platform, and it's likely to stay like that too, unfortunately. You're using Life and Death with Sentinel class? Yeah, we could make it end up staying alive forever if we wanted to. And that would do it. Our goal isn't necessarily to keep it alive at the moment. It's mostly just apply damage quicker. The Sentinel is the tank. Oh, we ran out of battles. Just in time for the Draculus. But yeah, Sentinel is the tankiest hero class in the game. Starts with Barrier, has 40% block, and gains Barrier every round. Very tanky. Let's see, is Isabel going for leaderboard? Sure looks like it. No one in the guild's going for all the way top, though. Looks like there's a bit of a fight for it, so it's probably not even worth going for then. Because those people are going to start fighting like crazy in another day or two. Or at least this weekend, if nothing else. Yeah, Infernus is still a pretty good all-around troop. I personally haven't been using him much lately just because he kind of falls off later in the game. because you can end up using Zugoff as a better burn in many situations. Like if we go to Explorer 12, for example. Oh wait, we still have the weak version here. Wait, did we do no token farming the other days? Apparently not. Oh, we got a gnome on Explorer 1, how convenient. I was gonna skip past this battle, however, I guess I'll kill the gnome. Useless amount of gold though. If you were to play on the PC version, yes, it is a completely different version, so you would have to start over. Though it's a lot easier starting your second account compared to the initial one, because generally you know what to do by then. We've made multiple accounts over the years. The most recent one was a Switch one about 2 years ago. But, oh, I'm using the wrong team, whoops. But we've made quite a few over the years. Oh, where's the other one? Explorer 12. And it just kind of keeps getting easier and easier as you make more. First, you still have to go through all that initial grind, but honestly, the beginning of the game's actually one of the most fun part, because you're a lot more limited in what you can build, so you got to get a lot more creative with your builds compared to later in the game, when you can build from literally everything in the entire game. Makes you use builds that you normally wouldn't, that actually end up working out pretty well. Biggest issue on a new account is trying to get into a good guild though, because that makes up a lot of your resource gains, and doing that as quickly as possible is generally the highest priority when making a new account, unless you already know a guild when you're making a new one that will take you in. You would start over, but you spent too much money. I'm not even sure what my total is these days. I kind of lose track because of the Season Pass. I kept track of it pretty well prior to Season Pass, but now since the Season Pass started, that just drains the money. I still wish they would make all the rewards from the Season Pass a little bit more accessible after the fact. At least it's nice that it is available after the fact, if nothing else. Absolutely hate games where everything in the Season Pass just doesn't come back ever. But they sure make it ridiculously hard to get some of it, that's for sure. Even though it is technically obtainable. The only thing that hasn't been re-obtainable yet, though there probably will still be a functionality for it, are the pets. The pets that were within Season Passes have never been available since. However, everything else has been available. Like everything from Season 1, 2, and 3, I'm pretty sure, is already rotated back around. Actually, those Season 3 Mythic, I don't think, has come around yet in Soulforge. Aside from that, everything else has from the previous 3 seasons, except for that Mythic and the pet. All the pets. Hello, Jonathan. Welcome. What do you think of the Emperor? It's okay. I wouldn't really advise using it. It's pretty average. I'm not sure of any guilds that are at the moment recruiting in that regard. However, the Gems of War forum, Global Chat 1, and Global Chat 1 are pretty good locations to check. Because there's quite a few guild systems that have like specific guilds specifically for new players, in order to help them get into the game and get those initial resources. Yeah, those 6-mana troops, they've been okay. Biggest issue with them is they just don't really do much with their ability. Even though they can normally end up landing an extra turn and they have a ridiculously low mana cost, unless you're specifically using it with something like Vespera, I don't feel like you really get much value out of it. Unless there's a really specific reason for using a pure color team, or, you know, a single color troop. Because there are a couple teams that utilize the fact that you have a single color troop on your team. The most noteworthy ones are Elspeth teams, though killing it out would kind of defeat the purpose of that specific troop. Works better on Penguin and stuff like that. But like ones like those, ones like Vespera, where you specifically want to target a specific color and make it trigger that way. And stuff like that. Outside of those contexts are generally not as worth it. Let's see, we'll throw it down. I just realized, has anyone checked to see if Salty's actually streaming tonight? She did her Monday stream when they were taking feedback on quality of life for Gems of War. But I don't feel like she gathered too much feedback that stream. Actually, they gather some. Also, she said they probably won't implement the thing I mentioned. The thing I asked for was when you do campaign and you have to go and claim the tasks, either a way for it to automatically be claimed or a claim all button, which is what Puzzle Quest 3 actually has for a similar system like this. But she said it probably won't come into the game, which is kind of unfortunate. I'm not sure why you wouldn't add a claim all button to this. So for example, if this task was completed, this task was completed, and this task wasn't completed, and you click a claim all, of course, would claim these two. And so you wouldn't have to go click on it, claim, click on it, claim. But, yeah, she said they probably won't implement something like that. That's such a small quality of life feature. Though, of course, the better system would just be just claim it automatically. Same as seals. I still do not understand why, to this day, seals do not auto-claim. There is no reason why seals shouldn't auto-claim. Unless you're specifically planning on shifting guilds, there's really no point in why they don't. And even then, you just make them auto-claim. It's just so weird that you manually have to claim them in order for you to get them. You still get them at the end of the week if you do forget to claim them. But it doesn't count towards your guild total until you do specifically manually claim them. Which I still do not understand to this day. Why is this like that? Oh no! My auto-win hero has died. I'm gonna actually have to go get Zugoff now. And there we go. Oh yeah, I didn't hand out a code. Let me go do that. I did say after we cleared out the other thing. And we kind of already did that. Let me go do it now before I forget. Oh, it's buried somewhere over here. Where'd it go? There it is. Oh yeah, I found the codes. I need to get some more codes soon. But then again, we'll have enough until I leave. So if I just ask for them when I leave, I'm pretty sure by the time I come back, they'll have codes. So that shouldn't be too big a deal, since we're technically not handing out as many codes next month. That's because we're going to be gone for like a third of the month. Let's see. Put that in. Alright, there you guys go. There's the redeem code used on gemsofwar.com for the game code section. Your invite code will be found in your settings menu. Whatever game says right over there is what you put in for your invite code. Redeem code is right over there in chat. Just copy paste the random numbers in the letter. Started with CQ. And I give the same word as always. 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. A drawer of 1. That's basically how much we got from the gnome earlier. So unfortunately, one of his smaller drops. Of course, the main thing is a gem key there. Anyways, let's go back to farming. Let's get those tokens in here. Oh, hello, Rogue. Welcome. You got yourself some microwaved popcorn. Nice. I haven't had popcorn for ages. Also, I haven't been to movie theaters for ages. For the obvious reason. Oh, it'll feel nice to finally get out of the house next month. Oh, what do we even take here? Take that for now. Oh no. The entire board is bad. Also, he had I always find it funny. We had 13 reds on that board, then we created reds, then we had less reds on the board. It's always funny how that works because the color can clump together and basically make the higher number go down to a lower number. It's always kind of annoying, but also pretty funny when it happens. It's pretty common when there's above 10 and you create gems on the board. There's actually a chance you will reduce the number on the board, not increase it, which is relevant for some boost ratio troops. As well as just for looping in general. Because the less on the board there is, the less likely you will land an extra turn from it. Oh no, he didn't die. I could have just passed my turn. The bleed burn would have killed. Hopefully we can get lucky tonight. Only time will tell. Double Nisha, go. We'll still eventually find that triple Nisha. Ah, double Orpheus. It was a double. Definitely not the double we're looking for, though. Not even remotely close to what we are looking for. Yeah, that reminds me. I need to go and ship out that Father's Day card earlier than normal. Not only will it probably still take slightly longer because of the pandemic, though it was really bad earlier. It's not as bad these days. But it happens basically the day after I get back. So we'll definitely need to ship them out ahead of time. Let's see, we'll throw that down. Because I believe it's the 20th, isn't it? June 20th? Father's Day this year. Okay, he didn't escape. Definitely don't want that. 100 souls, really. Such a pitiful drop. Though the 2 minor trait stones probably worse overall, as far as this drop table is concerned. Oh, you know what else I just realized? We have a arena event this weekend. However, I believe I haven't started arena run. Should probably go do that real quick. And the reason I say that is it's actually not beneficial to preemptively have an arena run done. The reason for this is it does not count towards the arena event. So you can't preemptively like do an arena beforehand and have it count towards the event. They specifically made sure to code it so you wouldn't be able to do that, which kind of makes sense. But it does make it so, well, you can't do it ahead of time. So that means we do need to go and do so. You don't immune to burn, do you? No. Why did I think you did for a second there? There we go. I'll go clear it out right now. I think we only have like one battle left, because we were using it to quickly kill through the other thing. So we keep getting doubles now. Very bad doubles though. Let me go check. Yep, that's why I thought. One battle left. Let me go clear this out real quick, so we won't have to deal with it on Friday. Otherwise we'll have to waste time doing a battle. Like, it would really take that long. This battle's gonna take like not even a minute. Also, I'm not sure why I cast his ability, because obviously this team is very heavily based on green. I know, they all didn't die. Go figure. Oh no, that thing's actually pretty good. It's gonna hit us for a lot of damage. Or it won't get the chance at all. Transforming into a random Dragon Legends. Ah, there we go. Alright, now that that's out of the way, don't need to worry about it for Friday. Almost forgot about that. Not too big a deal if we did. Actually, somewhat is. Main reason you want to get it done ahead of time is if you're already going to be doing a 3-3-3, or, you know, spreading the arena event over the course of the weekend, over the course of 3 days, making sure there's at least 3 so you get the daily thingy. If you already had an arena run started, not only will it not count towards the arena event, but it will count towards one of your daily 3 arena reward thingies. So that means you would get one less technically on that Friday. Not in the sense that you would actually get one less, but that you already had one sitting there. Yeah, I know, right? Zugaf is pretty expensive as far as the troop is concerned. Though it is obtainable within about a year. And it becomes increasingly more so as they keep adding more ways to get orbs. But if you want to run Quick Kill Explore, running Scouting Key or Peril, those 2 gold boost ratioing weapons with Egg Thief and Double Cedric ends up working out pretty well, while also gold farming. You can do a Rowain build using Urshkia shield into Rowain. That's super cheap. You can get that rolling into an auto win. It takes a little bit longer than some builds, but it's the cheapest build that is capable of killing Explore 12. There's a few other here and there. But yeah, most of the meta for Explore 12 is Zugaf. Now, there are some Lord of Slaughter variants that are somewhat similar. They're not exactly the same. Like Archduke into Lord of Slaughter is surprisingly quick for Explore 12 as well. But it is slower than Zugaf. That's still pretty quick. And it doesn't require you to own Zugaf. I don't feel like I use Lord of Slaughter that much relative to how good it is. Because it's actually a really decent troop. Yeah, that's pretty much the team you would use if you're looking for a budget team. Urshkia Shield, Rowain, Leprechaun, Mirage Queen. Not the quickest thing, but it does get it done. Yeah, after the Scouting Key nerf, it's pretty unfortunate. They nerfed it pretty hard. Peril didn't get nerfed though. It also doesn't have extra turn, but it has higher damage. Peril did get nerfed, I believe, before it was released though. It was supposed to have even a higher damage. But it's never been nerfed since it's been released. Only prior to it being released was it actually nerfed. So technically both the 2 gold farming things, in a sense, have been nerfed. Both Scouting Key and Peril. Peril was done before it ever came out though. Scouting Key was done last December. I still felt like that nerf was a little Oh, wow! A little needless. You know what isn't needless though? Nisha. We did it. We've been really lucky on Nisha this last week. That's our 5th Nisha in 5 days. Hey, basically a Nisha per day. Not exactly though. But 5 Nishas in 5 days. Now, if we can only find a couple hundred more of those, and even then we still need more. If only we could find a couple thousand more of those. Yeah, it's been a very lucky Nisha week. Wish our luck was always this good for Nishas. We can actually upgrade mythics. I still wish they would do something to add them, more of them into the game. Particularly Anus and Nishas. Because if nothing else, they do add a lot of epic rarity ones to the game now. Mostly because of the Ward Lore event that takes place 10 out of 11 weeks. Every single one of which brings in those epic ones into the game. Oh no, I don't feel like Beatrix will ever get nerfed. Obsidius is enough of a hard counter that I don't think is ever directly going to get nerfed. There is a chance it could get indirectly nerfed, in the sense that a mythic comes around that has a better cleanse in it. However, the current cleansing mythic is pretty bad, Voice of Orpheus. The only good thing it has cleanse off a trait while also having impervious. So unlike something like Beatrix, where when it gets stunned it can't cleanse anymore, Voice of Orpheus has the capability of ignoring that and still not getting stunned, so you can still do the cleanse. Unless it gets both cursed and stunned. And normally it's enough resistance to be a consistent cleanser. It's just the rest of its ability is so bad that it's almost never used. What's a good Doom Scythe PvP team? Generally, the main Doom Scythe I ever use is just Rowain team with a Doom Scythe instead of Urskea Shield. Out of every variant, that's probably the one I use the absolute most, just because it's good for quick killing stuff. It has all the benefit of a Rowain team while having the extremely high damage of the Doom Scythe coming in. Aside from that, I'm actually not really sure what the most meta team is. One interesting thing about Doom Scythe is it does create a Skull Storm. It is the only one of the 6 doomed, the really good Doom weapons that hit all 8 full AoE damage into the Doom Skull Convert. It is the only one in that category that has a Skull Storm. And it's pretty relevant because all 6 of them, of course, creates Doom Skulls. And the fact that it's the only one with a Skull Storm is obviously pretty strong. So you can end up getting a lot of extra value if you use it with like Lord of Slaughter or, you know, anything that can end up synergizing with skulls. Like a Wrath or something. Oh no! We got Lycanthroped. Watch, same thing's gonna happen to him as soon as we do all the damage. Nope. Got lucky. And he's dead. Yeah, Grey King with Beatrix is pretty strong. And Arania. Better than nothing. It's not an issue though. What's kind of funny is, I think in the last week we've actually gotten more Nishas than Anus. We've been a little dry on Anus lately. I think we've gotten like, what, 3? This last week? Yeah, we somehow have gotten 5 Nishas. Doesn't make like any sense at all. What do I think about the new gem? It's very annoying. There normally most battles end before it's relevant. However, my biggest concern for it is Guild Wars. Also, if not mistaken, isn't Guild Wars next week? So we'll find out what happens then. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Guild Wars is next week. And it's obviously the first Guild War since 2 things. It's the first Guild War since Uber Doom Skulls, which isn't really that relevant. But the more relevant thing, it's the first Guild Wars since the Lycanthropy gem has been added to the game, as well as the natural occurrence of it occurring, because those gems will still occur in Guild Wars. Obviously, the chance of it coming onto the board is still pretty low, but it is indeed possible that you'll get those new gems onto the board, both of them. While the Ubers will be fine. That's the real big concern right there. Oh, it does shake. I was like, wait, does it not shake correctly? Yeah, it does. It's not as noticeable as the other one. Maybe it is. I guess because it's slightly smaller, it doesn't look as noticeable. How long have I been streaming? Almost 5 years. We've been doing this channel for 5 years, but we didn't start streaming until a little after that. But yeah, it's almost a 5-year mark at this point. Actually, it might even be at this point. I'm not sure the official date that we started on that. Yeah, I believe it was late. It was either late June or late May. I feel like late June. So yeah, it's pretty much been 5 years. We started on Twitch for a couple months, and then we just moved on to YouTube forever. I tried Mixer for like a month there just for fun. Didn't really care for it. Obviously, Mixer doesn't even exist anymore now as well. Well, we do get a lot of troops this season that do have the lycanthropy. Between ones that we get through Glory and ones from the Season Pass, I believe we're getting around 6 or 7 troops that will permanently have the capability of creating that gem. I forget the exact number, it's around 6 or 7. What Obsidian's team would you use against Beatrix? Mistralis meta? Is that extremely meta? I know it gets used on occasion. It's pretty easy to beat though. Because once it gets stunned, it does almost nothing. Because you could just stun freeze it. Use Frost Mage while using Obsidius. And you're pretty much good to go. Pretty much any time anything on the opposing team has an extra turn spam, it can be countered with just putting Frost Mage as your hero. Like, you could just use your standard team and just switch your hero class to Frost Mage, and you'd be fine. Like the team we're using right now. If we just switched to Frost Mage and brought this into PvP, we'd be perfectly fine against a team like that, unless they end up having troops that also have immune, in which case you would need the Obsidius. Or a Curse Stun. That's a lot to commit for the Curse Stun. That's sometimes worth it, depending on the team. I normally could just get away with Stun into Freeze. This is enough to get it done. Yeah, Beatrix is very bad against Stun. And extra turn troops in general are bad against Freeze. Also, Stun does disable the Orpheus medal as well. That one medal that has a 10% chance per turn to cleanse, up to 3 of them. It's the only one that currently has an active effect out of any of the medals. Any future medals we ever get to have an active effect could also be stunned that way. Oh, there we go. Just saying how little Anus we've been getting. Let's see. Should you set your yellow defend team with the Doom Scythe? Yes. It'd be pretty strong to do so. Also, I'm considering revamping all my Guild War defend teams this season. Or this Guild Wars, I mean. I think we got second in command. We didn't get Paragon, but I'm pretty sure we got second in command. I like third place, which is top 3, which is the second section. So we're going to get some pretty good data then. Not as good as if we were Paragon, but pretty good data. So I kind of want to go change all my defend teams this season. Or this Guild Wars, I mean. We'll probably do that this weekend. Since the only other thing we're doing this weekend is arena event. And that'd be just in time for Guild Wars. You meant to start this stream? For some reason, YouTube didn't start the stream while you had it loaded. That's weird. We started 53 minutes ago. Or sorry, 46 minutes ago. So I did that. We already had win condition. Is there a way to farm jewels besides dungeons and jewel gnomes? Yes, pet gnomes. Whenever you trigger a pet gnome, which you could do once per hour for your guild, you get jewels from it. The jewel is based on the color of the pet. You can take that up to once per hour across your entire guild, getting it done. It doesn't necessarily even have to be you who activates it, as long as someone in your guild activates it. However, it does require multiple people in your guild to be playing PvP or arena. However, it's an arena event this weekend, so that's probably more likely this weekend to have a pet gnome active. It's probably the second most active time for pet gnomes, aside from gnome events, where it obviously shoots up like crazy because of the increased chance of finding gnomes. But it also shoots up some during the arena event, because everyone partaking in arena will have the chance of triggering gnomes. So if you're still a little bit short on a jewel, this weekend would probably be a somewhat decent time to try to find them while doing the arena event. I hope that your guild is also doing it so that you'll have them also activate them. You can only get a max of 1 per hour. Also, you can't activate them on pet days, which are every Wednesday. Sometimes Saturdays, but that's not this Saturday. Yes, you can also craft them. However, I wouldn't really advise that unless you're ridiculously ultra desperate for it, because it's better to craft them into diamonds than it is to craft them into jewels. You get way better value out of crafting them into diamonds. Also, you can start saving jewels every single week now. Whenever you get a summoning stone task for the campaign, you no longer have to waste any resources because you could just repick the task. It might take a little bit longer, well, definitely compared to you doing that, but it would save you those precious resources. We did it this time around, and we saved like what, 150 purple, I think it was, which is obviously pretty good, especially since Doom Scythe takes 2,200 purple. If anyone else has any other questions, anything you want me to go over, do let me know. Let's see. Take that over here. We're getting so many gnomes for it not being an event. Well, they do exist. Obviously, they're more likely when it's an event, but they do exist otherwise. Currently not with good loot, though. We've gotten so many gnomes this stream. Not a single one has given anything of value. Look at them! Feels like a vault event. Except with no loot, because they're all dropping awful. Though their normal drop table is the same. The only thing that's different is their vault key chance is way lower. Also, I was wondering, why are we not killing? It's because they have so many 10 and 20% bonuses this week. I was curious why we weren't killing this entire time. It's like, oh, you had extra stats. It's not too big a deal, though. Look at this. Keeps dropping all the low drops. We've gotten like double-digit number of gnomes and not a single one doing anything good. Oh, I could have taken green attack, and I... Whoops. Oh well. Still a win. Win's a win. Hey, another Anu. Nice. We're doing really good on tokens today. 2 Anus, 1 Nisha. That's what you want to see. Too bad we can't get that every night. Or every hour. Imagine how easy it would be to get every mythic max if you could get that every hour. 1 Nisha, 2 Anus. He's gonna destroy it. We shall destroy you with destroyed gems. Yeah, there's a very small amount that you can get from kingdom challenges. I forget exactly what tier it's on. But you do get them around like tier 6, I want to say. Small amount, but they add up if you haven't already claimed them. Surprisingly enough, I actually haven't claimed them yet for most kingdoms. Until it tells us we have to. I haven't really been bothering with the side challenges. We probably should at some point already. It's not really a high priority to get around to it. I'll probably stream for about another few more chests. Not another half an hour. YouTube streams won't start properly for you either. Interesting. I'm not sure why. They did do some kind of update to it recently. So maybe that update ruined something. If that only recently started happening. Because that's how we got the poll button. That allows us to place our polls. Also, we'll have an arena-related poll on Friday morning and night stream. Another Anu, 3 Anna, 1 issue. Oh gosh, I just mixed up the letters. 3 Anu, 1 Nisha. There we go. They're called a Nishu. Almost sounds like you're sneezing. Nishu. Can we do another poll now? I have nothing to poll. Should we do a poll on more polls? I know what we'll ask. Should we do more polls? Let's see. Should we do more polls? Yes or no? Go. I did a poll on if we should do more polls. That's rather meta. So So far, the poll on if we should do more polls says we should do polls. But that's rather biased because people who don't want polls would not actually engage with the poll necessarily. But no, we're definitely doing more polls. I just didn't know what the poll at the moment. Finally, YouTube adds a good feature for once. They've always had the polling capability, but it's always been so clunky to use. Now it's actually usable, which makes it nice. Yes, that's an extremely meta poll. Might need to do a poll per stream. The daily poll. So we need to come up with a lot of poll questions. Obviously some of them will be fun and not necessarily related to Gems of War. So far pretty much all of them have been Gems of War related so far. Which most of them probably will be. But we'll do some fun, really weird ones. Yeah, the YouTube makes it so much easier to do now. I have no clue how they haven't already implemented this ages ago. They've had capability to do live streaming for like, what, 7 or 8 years now? And they have just now properly added a way of doing polls that isn't ridiculously clunky. Only took them several years, but they finally got to it. But yeah, Isabel, if you have some ideas for them, just send me on the Discord. So we can keep it a secret until we pull it. Yeah, we'll do a lot of fun ones. Might need to get some sandwich polls too. Or some either ors. Also, multiple choices. We can have more than just yes or no. So far I've just been doing yes or no ones. But we can add more options as well. As change it to whatever. So I'm pretty sure it has a really small character limit like it did before. But I didn't actually test to see what this character limit is, but I believe it's as restrictive as it was before. Which I think is only like 120 characters or something, maybe even less. Actually, it might have been 60 characters. It was really short, I recall. But anyways, does anyone else have any other questions? Otherwise, we'll probably call it a wrap after his chess, I think, for tonight. And then tomorrow night we got to the Death Knight Hero class, which is all full. We'll probably be able to finish up the World events. And then this weekend we got Arena. Which is a nice change of pace, so the reward for it is still horrifically bad. Among Us is such a good game. I tried it once. I'm still not a huge fan. Is how much of a player base does Among Us have these days? I know it's kind of dipped a bit. But I still think it has more than Fall Guys, even though I still play Fall Guys. Let me go check. I'm gonna check Steam real quick. Let's see, Fall Guys currently has 6,000. Gosh, that number is dipped. Wow, let's compare this to Gems of War. Fall Guys is 6,000. That'll be a funny day when Gems of War has more just on PC than Fall Guys does. Gems of War right now has 1,160. And though this isn't peak hours right now, it is kind of nighttime for both. Peak hours would be like 7 or 8 hours ago. Whatever it would be then. Let's go check Among Us though. Oh, what numbers is Among Us at? Oh, it still has an update queued. Have I still not updated it for the airship that came out at the end of like last month? Let's see. It still has an update queued that never loaded. Let's see. Yeah, they dipped quite a bit too. 8,000 players in Among Us. That is very small number. Or at least relative to what it was. Still a pretty healthy player base though, obviously. It's just small relative to what it was. I think it had as much as like 300, 400,000 at one point. Absurd numbers. Oh, Fall Guys is basically a battle royale platformer. Is basically what it is. You play a bunch of platforming mini games and then you win. Or hopefully win. You try not to fall. It is in the name. Let's see. We'll throw that down. They delayed Season 5 by quite a bit. For quite a while, Gems of War and Fall Guys were actually going side by side as far as when their seasons were. But they ended up delaying the next season by like a month or two. So they're still in Season 4. But for the first 4 seasons, it was pretty funny because it was pretty much coinciding with Gems of War seasons. Until they delayed this next one. Yeah, I know. When we streamed Among Us, everyone kept killing me. We almost never got to be crewmate because everyone would go for me immediately. Well, I wouldn't keep dying if you guys wouldn't keep killing. I still remember that one play we made, though. With the scanner thingy. If there is anything I'll ever remember from Among Us, it is that one play. The only extremely good move we have ever done in that game. I could see it being fun if you had more moments like that. I don't feel like it happens often enough, though. Well, none of the people who were, that wasn't the issue. Like, the people who were, like, no one was stream sniping. The issue was just that you could see the name and everything. So everyone saw, like, Tacit, and it's like, because we're playing with viewers, they're like, oh, let's just kill Tacit. So the lobby kept killing me. Unless they have a mode where it, like, anonymouses everyone's name, so you can't tell who's who. I got another Anu. 4 Anus, 1 Nisha. Pretty good night, actually. Wish I was our loot every time. Oh, we got Tribute ready. I think it's been ready for a little while now. There we go, 21 gems. Is it on video? Yes. It was on our variety stream from October. It was either the Halloween one or a birthday one. I actually can't remember. I think it was Halloween. Because we did one for both, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I think it was our Halloween variety live stream. It's buried completely in it. We don't have like highlights or anything. We don't have the budget to Get someone to do highlights for us. Though I could always manually do it. I'm just really awful at like things like highlight videos and similar things. We're nowhere near a big enough channel to hire someone for it. Or if we did, it would be completely at a loss. Since that isn't cheap. Let's see. Play with other YouTubers? I don't know. We'd have to find people that we could. Let's see. I still want to go do the Mario Party stream before we leave as well. We still never did a stream for Mario Party now that it has proper online. Mostly because the lobby system for it is really ridiculously annoying. But if we can get like 4 people for it, we still need to go do that at some point. When's my birthday? November 4th. Anyways, guys, I'm going to be calling it a night for now. We'll be back tomorrow night, 1 hour prior to now tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll have the Death Knight class. Pretty bad hero class, but still can get free XP. A lot of people probably don't have it leveled, so if nothing else, free XP towards it. Aside from that, well, we should hopefully be able to finish out the Ward event, or at least get a good chunk more into it. And then this weekend we got Arena event, and that's pretty much the game plan. I'll mess around from there. Let's see. It made Azala proud. But anyways, guys, I'll catch you guys later. Thank you so much for stopping by. Enjoy your week, and I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for watching.